Hey guys, Fly Girl VSG coming into you with my week 80 18-month post-op. Sorry if it's dark. I'm driving, and so anyway, what do you do? So it's my 18-month post-op surgiversary tomorrow. Also my week 80 post-op update. I'm going to do a Q&A video after this once I get home and stuff, but I just left my 18-month post-op appointments. Oh wow, this is really moving a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just about ready to get on the freeway. Woo, you guys are going to be dizzy. Bad roads, bad roads. So I weighed in at the 2-week pre-op diet at 301.2. I weighed in day of surgery at 291.8. I weighed in last week at 189.2, I think. And I weighed in this week at 186.6 for a total loss this week of 2.6 pounds. For total loss since the 2-week pre-op diet of 114.6 pounds. So that is good news. Finally, that steroid shot is coming off a little bit. I'm sure it'll take me just as many weeks to lose it as it did to gain it, which was about 3, if I'm on point. So we will see. This is Wafflepalooza weekend, as most of you know, so there will be food and drink and imbibing going on, I'm sure. Although I have some people staying with me at the house. I've got Christina and Sandris and Lauren, and I've got some, I made some good chili enchilada, bake, green chili chicken stuff, and I've got chicken salad for the party, and lots of healthy snacks and protein shakes and protein bars and stuff like that. So cheese and crackers and grapes and all sorts of good stuff to eat. So they don't have to shop when they get here, and I will feed them well, I promise. So let me go through what happened at my post-op appointment. So my first appointment was with my nutritionist, who's great. I actually asked her at the end of the appointment, I was like, do you ever tell people that they're like not on point? Are you ever not supportive? Because she's always like, you're doing great, you're doing great. And I'm just like, are people ever not doing great? And she's like, no. People have their own journey. But here's the thing, as I totally fessed up about the macaroni and cheese incidences, you know, like I'd had a couple boxes of that, mostly during that steroid phase, I think. I told her about my binge cycle that I had in February, because I haven't been in since December. Now that I'm a year post-op, I only go in every 6 months. And actually, I think after my next appointment in December, I don't think I go back until my 3-year post-op. So it's every 3 months the first year, every 6 months the second year, and then every year oh my God, anyway, each year after that. So anyway, my appointment with her was good. She kind of didn't give me permission to overeat on macaroni and cheese. Oh shit, there's traffic. But she's like, you know, it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. It's fine. And I'm like, okay. You know, and let me preface that by saying she wasn't like, don't eat a box of macaroni and cheese every day. But if an entire box of macaroni and cheese is 700 calories, and I was like, you know, on those days, I'm still getting like 1,500 calories. Like, it's not like I'm at 3,000 calories, you know. She's like, it all evens out over the course of a week and a month. So, you know, if you do that once a month, that's not a big deal. She's like, I even kind of like better going and getting an individual serving size, you know, at the Whole Foods or New Seasons or something, and doing that if you need to, even as often as once a week, as long as it's not, you know, a crazy amount and you don't do it every day. I was like, okay. So, you know, she was like, you're not giving yourself enough credit for all these other things, which is probably true, because she's able to look at it more objectively. And so she made me feel pretty good that even though my eating is not perfect, it's not meant to be perfect. And even though, you know, I go crazy sometimes, everyone does, you know. So that was useful. So then I had my appointment with the physical therapist. Now here's where things get interesting. Is I think I had mentioned at my 9-month post-op that my numbers were really good in terms of body composition, in terms of, for, you know, when you're losing weight, you lose muscle, and that's just the way it is. So the thing was, for every pound of muscle that you lose, how many pounds of fat are you losing? And it had been in the like 2s, which is good, and where they want to see it, average, good, you know, for every pound of muscle, I would lose like 2.5 pounds of fat, or 2.7 pounds, or whatever. And it had always been in the 2s. And so then in September, my 9-month post-op, it was 4 point something, like 4.7 or something crazy. And I was so stoked. I'm sure you guys can remember, if you guys have been watching my videos for a while, that I said that. I was like super, super excited. So then I went back at my 1-year post-op, and it was, it was 1.5. So for every 1 pound of muscle, it was 1.5 pounds of fat lost. I was devastated. And they told me, oh, well, the last time we had a problem with the machine. And so the 4 point whatever probably wasn't accurate. I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, at what point have my readings been accurate? I don't even know. So I go in today not expecting much from this, kind of being like, you know, they have a bunk machine, what the fuck ever. And it reads out at 4.4 again. So basically I have 104 on my body as of today. I have 114 point something pounds of fat-free mass and 73 or 76 pounds or whatever it is of fat mass. So I have plenty of fat to lose still, but that I'm a BMI of 31, which I'm incredibly proud of because I was, you know, at my highest weight, very, very highest weight, which was about 320. I was at a BMI of much higher, you know, obviously like 47, 50, something like that. So, so I'm proud of that. And so I have plenty of fat to lose. They'd like to see me get down to 150, but they're like, but if you don't, that's okay. They reiterated my, well, I'll get there actually. Let me back up. So let me keep talking about the PT. So I was very excited. She told me to keep doing what I'm doing. I kind of talked about my neck and shoulder issue, which I'll get to in a minute. I'm trying to not make this too long because I have a Q&A video coming up soon, but, keep doing what I'm doing, building muscle, you know, just, she was really happy. She couldn't even give me any recommendations. So then I went and saw the nurse practitioner, and I only had the 3 appointments today, which was nice. Because usually I have like 4. She actually asked me if there was any feedback I had for the program, and I gave her my feedback, which was especially that don't make any major decisions that first year out of surgery, and the hormonal implications of rapid weight loss was never talked to me about in their program. I learned that on my own, and I told her it was important to talk about it. And she goes, well, that kind of stuff affects everyone differently. I said, yeah, but I think it should be mentioned as a possible side effect. That maybe they won't have any, maybe they will, maybe it'll be more extreme than others, but people should know that could happen. And she thought it was very valuable feedback. So I was glad to have contributed to that a little bit. And then she told me, again, just keep doing what I'm doing, build muscle, build muscle. She was really proud. Everybody was like super proud of how I was. And then we talked about the bell curve, which is what I had been talking about several weeks ago. I'm sure you guys remember, in terms of statistically, most people with this surgery lose, and actually she said 50 to 70%, not 60 to 80%. So she said that, you know, the research shows that most people in the majority of, you know, on that bell curve, most people fall in that 50 to 70% middle range. And I have lost over 70% of my excess body weight. So I am doing remarkably well, even if that means I don't, you know, I'm right at the 70, 75 pound, you know, range mark percent. So she's like, you know, not saying you can't get to the lower part of that curve, that you can't get to 80, 90, 100%. She goes, but, you know, just know that if you didn't lose another pound, you would have been your success story. And I was just like, that's amazing. And then she kind of talked to me about the overall trend that they start to see people with regain right around 18 to 24 months, and that it'll go up and it'll go down, and then to call them if it goes up without going back down. So that was good news too, that I know I have support through that doctor's office and that clinic, and it was good. So that was my 18-month post-op. I feel very good about it. It reminds me that A, I'm on track. B, I have lots of room for improvement. I still have weight to lose, but then I'm doing good overall. So that's good news. So the bad news is not related to weight loss, is my shoulder and neck. I finally got to see the actual MRI last night and read the report, which I hadn't been able to do because I don't have access to that kind of programs on my computer, because it's a special MRI reading, blah, blah, blah. I have a bulged disc in my neck. In fact, I have 2. One is worse than the other. One is actually almost reaching my spinal column. I have no nerve issues at this point, but it may be causing other radiant pain that's not a nervy pain. And so that may be whatever the neck issue is in my, whatever the issue is in my neck could be causing all my trap pain. I also have supraspinatus tendonitis, which is what I was diagnosed with originally, and then they kind of lumped it into rotator cuff. Supraspinatus is one of the things in the rotator cuff, so it seems to be specific to that, which is right about, you know, right about here. So I have some inflammation still even after the cortisone shot. My next plan and I was very depressed yesterday when I saw the results, because when you look at the MRI, not only have I lost a lot of curvature in my neck from doing an office job, but seeing those bulge discs, the image was amazing. It was incredible. It was so amazing to see. But seeing those bulge discs was very discouraging and very heartbreaking for me. Even though the osteopath who showed, walked through it with me was like, this is good news, you don't need surgery. I was like, I'm fucking 36. Why do I have any of these problems? Like, what the fuck? So, it is what it is. So my next plan of attack is to go to an applied kinesiologist chiropractor. I'm switching chiropractors. I just am not getting any use out of my other chiropractor anymore. So, and massage. So I'm going to go to the other chiropractor, see what they have to say. There's a referral from my naturopath / acupuncturist. I'm hoping that will make a big difference. So I'm in a lot of pain. I've been doing PIO. I've been on a PIO challenge this month. I'm sorry if this is shaky, you guys. On a PIO challenge this month, and so I've only a few days into it, but already it's aggravated my shoulder and neck because of the down dogs and the push-ups, which I have to modify the push-ups. I can't go as deep as I know I can because it hurts my shoulder. So it is, again, is what it is. I do what I can. I don't really, if anyone knows the answer to this, let me know. I don't know how to modify a down dog. So I just try to not put as much. Anyway, it's hard. It's hard for me to do, but I'm trying. I'm gonna keep with it, keep doing what I'm doing, trying to get 45 to 90 minutes of activity 4 to 5 days a week, with the exception now of today through Sunday. I probably won't get a lot of activity because I have Rawfulpalooza events starting tonight, because Lauren comes in tonight, late tonight. So I've got to clean and shower. I haven't showered yet today, so blah, 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 blah. Let's see, I'm going to Stark Street. So, yeah, that's what's new with me. I can't believe I did all of that in 12 minutes. I'm super proud of myself. So that's my general update. I'm going to do my Q&A video later, and I will keep you updated on anything else that happens. And don't worry, Nicole Baber, if you are watching this, I am not looking at the camera. I am focusing on the road, and you can't tell that because I'm wearing sunglasses, but trust me, it's true. All right, you guys, keep it fly out there. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.